Dun 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 dun. What are we live? Oh, we're live. We're live.
Episode 149. Look at us.
What are those?
What are those?
Oh, we're live.
Oh, we got a little bit of feedback from somebody.
There was a little feedback, but we fixed it. We did it. What's up, everybody? We started. We want you guys to think we're all in a good mood. We weren't having any heated debates backstage, but look at this guy over here. He's in studio. I got the little hand, and I could almost punch him in the face. That's closer. I feel like we got closer. He's back in studio. Family time is over. Now we're spending time with our Thursday family. Episode 149. That's 2 point. I did the math earlier. I forget how many months it was. 2 point, almost closer to years. We're getting there. We're almost getting to the 3-year celebration, which is absolutely wild. Anybody that's just listening, appreciate you guys. I did a cool little pre-roll. Hopefully you enjoyed it. That's assuming that I put it in there. Not that kind of pre-roll, Zach, like the social media pre-roll. But either way, the voice you're hearing, I'm Matt. And then we got Toby. What's up, Toby? How you been, man? Nice mustache.
What is up? Things are going good, man. I went bass fishing today, though. I will say this. Hour and a half out there. Only one bass, and it might have been a pound. But you know what? It's still true what they say. The worst day of fishing is better than the best day in the office.
That is true, because I didn't get to fish, but I did hang out in the office, and I had a pretty decent time because I get to work with producer Zach.
Yo, yo, yo.
He's back on mic only because we do the 4 screens. It's nothing against him, but every time he comes in here, he gets a little bit of an upgrade. If you want to tell them, explain, because they can't see your setup because you don't have a mic. So explain your desk today. It's different.
It's a TV tray.
Yeah.
Looks good. Though.
Wait. One of the old school, like you'd see
No,
at your
it's not
grandparents' house, like metal ones, or is it like wood?
No, it's like white plastic. I wanted it to be.
Oh.
My gram had these ones that were like recessed, and they had like flowers and gold filigree on them.
Yeah, like they had like a little dip in them. So
Yeah,
like, it
so
was
when
like
you spilled
big,
your chalky
rectangle.
milk, it flooded your paper plate with your
Yeah.
balloons.
Yes.
Ours had deer. I loved those things.
Well, these were like pink
Really
rose.
super flimsy aluminum legs, though.
Yeah, drunk uncle broke that sumbitch in half.
Goddamn drunk uncles. Oh shit, that's me now. I'm old enough that I'm a drunk uncle. What's up? So yeah, he's got the TV tray. It's white with the microphone next to it. And next time he comes in studio next week, not physically comes, hopefully, but when he arrives in the studio next week, he's gonna have another piece to the puzzle. And every week we're gonna continue to upgrade it until there, because it's kind of fun. And back from family time that we talked about, drinking some Jack Daniels something punch.
This is Southern Peach.
All right, because apparently he's there's so many jokes. I got nothing. Anyway, Logan's back.
I changed a lot over vacation.
Wow. All right.
Anyways, hi.
Oh,
What's up, everyone? Glad to
Welcome
be
back.
back. Family time is over.
You made it.
Here I is.
Is it good to be back, or would you rather be on family time? You're live on the internet. Tell the truth. He's happy to be back. Last but not least,
The slow head turn told it all.
Oh, wait, I guess I gotta do it like this. Am I looking at you now on the screen?
yes, and physically at me almost pretty much.
Right.
Last but not least,
That's a short joke you asked.
big fan of the second best team in the NL East currently, because the Phillies are tracking them, rocking that Atlanta Braves hat with that Atlanta Braves shirt. The one, the only Brandon J. McDermott. Hey, that was to Toby.
Damn.
We've had some great moments where Brandon and Toby have this like very sensual conversations and blowing kisses and just great things. But yeah, Brandon's down in the right corner and just rocking the shop fun ticker. I want him over here. I want more of him over here. I'm gonna put Logan over here. I'm sorry, not that he's below you, Toby, but I think you'll have more fun than I don't know. I'm just picturing where never mind. Anyways, so Logan's over here. He's rocking the Shop Fun ticker. If you guys haven't checked out the Shop Fun shotgun, it's a pretty cool tool that I didn't have one ready, but Zach's got one behind him that he'll land in there. It's a cool shotgun device, not like an actual gun, but it's a shotgun for you shotgunning beers.
Don't bring it to airports.
Yes, do not bring this to the airport. I don't care if you do, actually, because I'm not there and I don't own this product. These are just friends of the show. If you want to bring it to an airport, you can take the Busch latte like Toby's drinking. You can take some Miller lattes. You pop it in here. I'm not going to shotgun a beer quite yet because we just got going. You put it in here, all right, and then this comes up, boop, pops the beer. Then you chug it through the mouthpiece. It goes in there. It's
You still
pretty
having
cool.
the leaking problem, or did you get that taken care of?
Yeah, you know what the problem was? It was me. And everybody knows that I drink room temperature Miller Lights, and for whatever reason,
that makes sense.
room temperature Miller Lights, they explode.
Too pressurized.
Too pressurized, and it's kind of cool now because if I was to put this room temperature one that I'm drinking and do this, it would squirt all over Logan as if he was, certain actors on videos that Charlie Classic gets to hang out with, and then they just
That sounds fun.
I think they call her puddles. But either way, yes, the Shot Fun Shotgun. I don't have a code, just a cool thing. If you want to check it out and be the hit of your next party, check it out. If not, then whatever. All right, that's all I got.
Logan's new chair next week is going to be the casting couch.
Hey, that would be sweet. That would be pretty cool.
Just a black couch. He's like, what am I doing here? What? I'm what?
Yeah. Wait. I have to. That goes. No, that doesn't go there.
Finally, for some fun for me. And
They always agree halfway thugh the video.
And real quick, shout out Squeaksbeard.
Squeaksbeard.
Sorry to hear that, Justin. Justin just had to shave his beard for his respirator. Let's give a moment of silence for the beard that is gone. That's good enough. I paused.
I do that like every 2 weeks, bro. Like I'm not.
I know you're a chameleon with the facial hair. We can't help it.
It's true.
So, no, what's cool though? We did a poll before this. Said, "You guys ready for tonight?" 100% yes. That's pretty
good.
cool. So if you're ready, we're ready. This is episode 149. And again, real quick, as you can see on the Shot Fun ticker. Shout out to all of our amazing YouTube members. You promise that all the time, and we did some special stuff. And by we, that was me, because I haven't really given anybody else the password for that. But quick shout out to all of our YouTube members. Again, we appreciate every single one. We got Nita Autumn Metal Queen, Zach Sweeney, Toby's Army, and the ticker's going really slow. I'm trying to catch up. Bomber 521, Grim, Locke, Elo, Lalita, even though I'm pretty sure it's L-A. Yeah, Copper John Company, Richie Tatum, Willie Webbs, Rozzy Gardner, and Euban whacking off. He finally figured it out today. I'm so proud of him.
Euban finally got it?
How funny was Tuesday? For anybody that didn't watch it, there's going to be a video coming up on here on the YouTube all over where Euban decides, pretty much he didn't decide. He just kind of decided, you know what, I'm going to man up. When you get double dog dared by the boys, you do it. And it was pretty shocking.
You lick a fucking electric fly swatter.
Yeah, the electric fly swatters. We told him to put his tongue on it, and you could see the spark, you could see the pain, and you could see him without the ability.
He jerked his head back. The only thing that saved him was how high he was, because he went.
You know what the good thing is? He probably had terrible cotton mouth, so it was a little bit drier. Imagine if he had these Jack Daniels downhill punches. What is that other one you're drinking? Yeah, the only one. No, the other one. It said something punch.
Down home punch and Southern Peach.
That is the stupidest writing I've ever seen.
Anyways, it is. It's
the writing, not the.
It's girly.
That's right.
Like it's a girly thing. I mean, the only thing that makes it cool is that it's got the Jack Daniels word. But like the rest of it is just kind of girly, I guess. I don't know. They're very tasty though.
Interesting. Well,
We should come up with new flavors. Like placenta splash or something.
I'm in.
I'm sick of drinking fruity drinks.
Interesting. As he sips on to tonight. Either way. All right. So producer Zach obviously is going to back him up with this. Oh yes, yeah. I noticed you had a little bit of a. What the hell is going on in the studio? He's got a Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Classic Cola. Does it taste like soda?
Oh yeah.
Air cheese.
Nobody's got a chicken here.
Pink.
I hope that shit's on you. Not because I want it to, because I feel like he's like, this is his only self-defense. He goes, my claws aren't working, my wings aren't working. All I can do is shit.
One in the chamber.
Fluffy feet.
He just got done attacking himself in the fucking his reflection in the oven.
Is that what we went over to see?
Yeah, that's why I was like, I gotta go figure out what the hell's going on. And the wife says he's attacking himself in the oven reflection. I was like, what? And she's like, he's going back for seconds. I was like, he's gonna hurt himself.
Yes, something's gonna happen, or another appliance is gonna go down in the Toby house.
Trying to save the chicken nuggets you got in there cooking.
Oh, unreal. Do the chickens have Lord's Italians? Well played, Jim. All right. Speaking of movie quotes, I didn't put enough description in here, but it's episode 149. The first thing we're gonna talk about, which anybody that knows, those guys watch movies and truly do love them. So the first one we're gonna kind of talk about and have a free flowing conversation is an actor that everybody seems to love, but we cannot understand, or not understand. We don't love them back. We can maybe not understand them. Maybe if you're one of those dubbed movies, I guess, like
Gary Busey.
Oh, he's tough to understand. All right, so I'm gonna kick mine off, and then you guys can either make fun of me, you can say that I'm an idiot for my reasoning of this, and then we can go around and discuss who we don't like. But the actor that I feel like a lot of people truly do love that I just can't stand is Ben Affleck. I don't like him. My main reason is because he's a Boston Red Sox fan, and you're going, oh, that's petty. But why? The only reason that I think he got with J-Lo,
That's not petty.
The only reason is because I think he got it with J-Lo because he can be like, hey, suck it, A-Rod. Another win for the Red Sox over the Yankees. And I think he needed the last laugh. And I'm not saying he's a terrible actor. He just doesn't do anything for me. Some of his movies are pretty good, but overall, when I see anybody more or less in a Boston hat, I kind of want to throw up a little bit. But and he's a bearded guy. He rocks a decent beard. But Ben Affleck's the one for me that I think everybody loves. I don't know anybody that hates him. I don't hate him. He's just over. I don't know. That's mine.
Okay.
I've got several. I know
Nice.
we need to have one.
I got several. You ready?
I'm gonna piss somebody off. Julia Roberts, can't stand her. You've seen one Julia Roberts 90s movie or early 2000s movie. You've seen them all. Bradley Cooper. I get it. Good looking guy. You can put him in movies. He's gonna be great. It's the same fucking guy in every movie. I don't like Paul Rudd. Again, same thing. Like, dude doesn't age. It's just the same guy in every single movie.
He is a fucking Highlander.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know this is an easy one, and is Tobey Maguire. Those are like the four that I just don't like.
I definitely agree with Tobey Maguire. Cannot stand him. Cannot stand him.
Agree.
Same thing with Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
I agree there. Okay.
I'll give you two more since Brandon, you're done, right, Brandon?
Yeah, I don't want to take up too much time.
Okay.
We got 5 or 6 in right now, and nobody's disagreed and argued. We're getting along very well on episode 149.
I'm also going to throw in. I'm sure this is going to upset people too because he's an awesome guy, but like I'm just not a fan of most of what he's done.
I'm so ready for this.
Keanu Reeves.
Okay, that was on my list, but I didn't want to
Keanu
offend our
Reeves.
friend Richie. I know he looks a lot.
I do love Keanu Reeves like as a person. I think he's amazing, and I love the John Wick series. But to be honest, like outside of the action, like he's just dull as as an actor. Like he really is. And the last one is John Johnson. Fucking completely tired of that guy.
Who's John Johnson?
Exactly. That's like, God damn. I hope he's not watching.
No, I hope he is, so you can get a message a little later. But either way, all right. There's no arguments from anybody on those ones. All right, Logan.
Okay, so I was talking with the wife earlier, and I got to throw out hers because it's legit.
Okay.
Kevin Hart and Ben Stiller. She can't stand either of those guys. Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's the same thing. Ben Stiller's funny. He writes really good stuff. It's just there's something about him that's a little weird. But those were
his Dwight Goodman or his White Goodman from fucking Dodgeball, dude. I fucking love that character so much.
But it's the same character from Heavyweights, basically.
Yeah.
And I never saw Heavyweights.
Oh my god!
But I will also say that White Goodman is not that far of a release from his old folks home guy in Happy Gilmore.
I'm going to be Toby for a second and say, you've never seen Heavyweights?
When did it come out?
Like 94, 95. It's a campy 90s movie, all right? It's about literally campy in that, it's about summer camp. And he plays the summer camp counselor who's a dickhead about these kids who are overweight who are trying to lose weight. It's a movie that would never come out today. But it's fucking hilarious. And Burgess Meredith is in it.
It's got the goalie. It's got the goalie from Mighty Ducks.
Yep.
It's got the other dude from was it Keenan and
Keenan
Kel?
Thompson.
That guy?
Yep. Keenan Thompson.
Man, it sounds like you're looking at like its IMDb page. When did it come out?
I googled and then did image search.
It's a classic blockbuster movie cover too.
95.
You would enjoy
okay,
it
that would
in
make sense. I
It's a fun
I was fighting Bosnians.
But if you've
So-
loved right, that would do it. If you loved Ben Stiller in Dodgeball, it's practically the same character, just as douchey, little different, but basically the same guy in it. So anyway, I don't mean to get off in the woods here, but I got a question for everybody, unless you guys want to answer.
Yeah, let me. Mine is Steve Martin.
Oh, I love Steve.
Steve Martin is fun.
Shut your
He's funny.
fucking whore mouth.
No, he's funny, but he is horrible in anything that he acts in.
I think this is
okay. First of all,
I said it. Deal with it.
no, you know what, Brandon?
He's
I'm gonna let you go
just-
first.
he's
I gotta
not-
gather my fucking thoughts. For
I'm
this.
just going to say I
Not
think this is
that
a
good of an actor, and I get it. Comedians aren't supposed to be.
well. Tell me a movie that Steve Martin acted in that was good. No. I'm asking On's question. I'm not being a dick.
Father of the Bride, The Jerk.
Classic.
Okay, The Jerk, good. Father of the Bride, come on. For second of all, I think this is a.
I
this
loved
is
him in Father of the Bride. I thought he was great.
Oh, it was a fantastic movie. Yeah, fucking no, it wasn't.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Whoa.
The separation between Gen X and the millennial.
What?
Yes, I think Gen X really falls in love and goes balls deep on Steve Martin, and I'm gonna fucking say it, Bill Murray, and I think millennials just don't quite get it.
With
Well,
me,
Hold
Bill
on,
Murray
I'm
is the hit
not
or
a
miss.
millennial. I just can't stand Steve Martin when he's on a film.
I
was
will
making
a
fucking
side note.
choke you
I was
through
making
this
a side note. I'm
goddamn
not gonna do
screen,
it.
Logan.
All
You don't get to be gone for 3 weeks and throw some bullshit like that on the fucking screen, Logan.
Isn't it great how we agreed on everything until he brought Steve Martin?
Dude, listen. Okay, I can kind of understand the Bill Murray. I do like Bill Murray. Again, another amazing personality, but he's really no different in any movie that he plays for the most part.
Chevy
Groundhog
Chase.
Some of his movies,
Groundhog
I'm
Days.
just not like. What's that?
He said Chevy Chase, and I would say Groundhog's Day and Ghostbusters.
I would say I would put Chevy Chase in the same category that you're saying. Chevy Chase,
So
Steve Martin, and Bill
the
Murray.
old SCTV and early Saturday Night Live guys, you're kind of like.
Hold
like
on, dude. Hold
Belushi.
on. You give me fuck, I can't believe I'm doing this right now. You
Dan
give me
Aykroyd?
what's his bucket? Not Dan Aykroyd's great. Love him.
Yeah.
100% love him. And he's just as funny as a real person in an interview than he is as an actor.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd's great. Belushi I could take hit or miss. I could take or leave. Some of the stuff he
Man
did
with
was
one red
fantastic.
shoe.
What's his bucket? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis.
Fantastic. Love him.
Else?
Yeah. So some of those SCTV dudes were hilarious. So
they're
John
all
Candy.
really
Love 'em.
funny. I can't stand watching anything with Steve Martin in it.
So I'm with you. And I don't mind Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, and Bill Murray as much. If their movie's on, I'll watch it. But I'm not sitting here like, oh my God, they're just so great. Oh, I'm not that guy. That said,
The
Chevy
Three
Chase's
Amigos?
best movie was Chevy Chase's best movie had Dan Aykroyd in it. Three Amigos was all right, but that was
What movie?
Nothing But Trouble. Demi Moore.
See, I'm gonna have to say Funny Farm was way better than Nothing But Trouble.
maybe
Personal opinion, obviously, but
maybe it was just a nostalgia thing for me. I loved Nothing But Trouble.
for me, I think it was more because Chevy Chase in Funny Farm, he played more of like a normal person who just had really shitty things constantly happening to him,
Okay.
rather than like a rich person character that found himself in just an extremely weird situation.
Meet
And
the
this-
Hendersons.
This leads to my next question, and I have an answer, and I'll let you guys chew on this for a second. What movies, or actors have aged terribly? And I want to keep it to comedians since we're already in this thing. What I mean by age terribly is the movies aren't quite what they were when you watched them. They just aren't as good nowadays, or they just aren't as funny. And I'll go with I had one right on top of it. Okay. Oh no, I don't know. I'm still thinking.
You're doing good.
What's his
looking
great? Chevy Chase.
Boneheads.
No, not Chevy Chase. Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss.
What about Bob?
Stripes?
Fucking hate that movie. Every
Was
time
not,
I
I
watch
was
it,
not a huge fan of it either. Like I do like it, but I wasn't like I wouldn't have put that towards like a lot of people when you talk to them about Bill Murray movies, that's like their go-to. And I'm just not I'm not as connected to What About Bob.
as many times as I watch it, and I've watched like 3 or 4 times, my wife loves it. I just don't quite get it. It's like Tom Hanks in that one silly movie where, oh God, what was it? The Burbs or something like that. Never quite got that movie either. She loves it too.
I just watched it 3 weeks ago, man. I laughed just as hard as I did the fucking first time I watched it.
But now the other side of that, and then I'll back off and I'll hang up and I'll listen for the answer, is I think Adam Sandler comedy movies in the 90s aged very well. In that, like, early 2000s, I was done with Happy Gilmore. I was done with Billy Madison. I was done with those types of movies. And then, like, I can watch them now. I'm like, dude, this is fucking great. I think they're
still funny. Yeah, they're still
Justin Snow is talking about Sam Kinison, by the way.
What about Sam Kinison?
Yeah.
So little stat I heard before, Toby, before you go off, this is a quick thing. Somebody did a cool little statistic or a saying that we heard in the office the other day. Shout out Ryan. Something about the Adam Sandler movies, the span that he put out, just the 90s classics, like The Big Daddy, that Mountain Dew just steamed. It threw me off for a little bit. What voodoo you got going on, Brandon? Definitely outperforms Michael Jordan and his championships in that era. Just the amount of the 90s, just the blockbuster hits that Adam Sandler did in that 90s stretch.
Real quick, I think that it set a mystique in that no matter what, by looking back, it just looks pristine. You can't touch it. To whoever made that meme's point.
Not trying to upset anybody here, but not that I would consider it now, but when we're talking about the actor thing that we were talking about before, 90s Adam Sandler. Everybody loves him, can't fucking stand it.
Okay. Really?
Horrible. Billy Madison is probably one of the worst movies I've ever fucking watched in my entire life.
Yeah, and I'm such a huge
ridiculous. Like Happy Gilmore, I think, was the only one that I could really stomach from his from his 90s comedy days, which is amazing because in the middle of him doing all those 90s, those whacked out 90s comedies, he came out with Punch Drunk Love, which is where I really fell in love with Adam Sandler because I got to see him play a dramatic role and he was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think, to your point, I think he went overboard and made Happy Gilmore in that, like, SNL. I don't want to say Pete Davidson because he's nothing like Adam Sandler, but that's the kind of character he had when he was on SNL. But that kind of like really like young 20s, druggy, kind of like smokes a lot of dope and plays guitar. I can't believe I just said fucking dope. And plays guitar.
Dope.
But so that movie, Billy Madison, was completely goofy and off the wall and made no sense and was completely stupid. And then after that, I don't think he played to that extent the same character anymore. Happy Gilmore is a little more serious.
He was close with Happy Gilmore.
He was
like
close.
The very beginning of Happy Gilmore, he was very Billy Madison-ish.
Yeah, but even like you go to like Big Daddy. Like he starts to mature a little bit.
Was not a fan of Big Daddy either.
It was like he took a step back and allowed the cast around him to play that silly fucking role, those silly roles.
Yeah,
I mean, and you're right. I mean, he advances in his maturity and on his characters as time goes by. Like, there's a lot of people that absolutely hate. I've had conversations with people that loathe Grown-Ups, the Grown-Up movies. I fucking love them. I love Grown-Ups 1 and 2. I thought they were both done really well. I loved seeing Adam Sandler kind of just be like the every guy's guy. You know what I mean? Like, just a very down-to-earth, rooted character. It was better than seeing him play like this outlandish, like cartoonish style character.
Yep. Justin, Bob Saget stand-up is very good. But I will also say a movie that he did that Adam Sandler did that was similar to Billy Madison, but he didn't act in. It was just a Happy Madison production. Was that Benchwarmers, which was awful. Had David Spade and whomever else.
I'm not gonna lie, I've had a lot of enjoyment in Benchwarmers.
So listen to this. Listen
to
this.
Right?
What you're saying is the four of us are never going to go out and watch a movie together.
No. I would watch the movie. It's a silly, dumb movie, but it's not a good movie, right?
Yeah, especially
it's entertaining. I would say it's entertaining. I wouldn't put it up for like any awards, but it's definitely entertaining.
It's the cinematic equivalent of eating cotton candy. There's no.
You guys, I know Matt wants to say something, but do you guys remember Adam Sandler's first two albums? They're all going to laugh at you and what the hell happened to me in whatever order.
Absolutely.
some of the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. Because I don't know
really,
what, I don't know when
it's fucking classic.
I mean, I don't know what year it came out with, but like my brother and I used to listen to Eddie Murphy. My mom's Eddie Murphy records. Like
well, your mom had
Eddie
Murphy records.
Oh yeah.
Did she have any Steve Martin records?
She might have.
Yeah, and that's probably why you hate him.
No, like Eddie Murphy was hilarious. We'd have to sneak. I'd sneak into my brother's room at night and listen to Eddie Murphy because it was completely not okay for our age to be listening to it. But then Adam Sandler had his albums, and I still know most of those skits. Right now, I could pop them off.
Yep,
they are that goddamn funny.
He came out with it on vinyl and it was awesome. So listen to this run real quick of Adam Sandler movies that he was in, and in obviously was major roles, some other roles, some pretty big movies. In '93, he was in Coneheads. 94, Airheads. 94, Mixed Nuts with Steve Martin. 95, Billy Madison. 96, Happy Gilmore. 96, Bulletproof. 98, Wedding Singer. 98, Dirty Work. You know what
Wedding Singer is one of my favorites.
98 as well, Waterboy. 99, Big Daddy. He was in Deuce Bigalow, Mel Gigolo in 99 as well. I mean, that is a ton of movies.
Yeah, that's doing work.
Go ahead, Brandon.
And people don't like Bulletproof, but that was a good fucking movie. That was like his first serious role that he played that he was a main character in. That was before
that'd be Punch Drunk Love.
When did Punch Drunk Love come out? Because
89. No, not Punch Drunk Love. Sorry, that was going overboard. Punch Drunk Love was looking. I have it open here. 2002.
And Bulletproof was like 96. So
90,
you might be right. Yeah,
96. Yep.
So my point is like that movie gets forgotten about because it didn't get hit great with the ratings. I can't remember which Wayans brother was in it, but it was a decent movie. And Damon Wayans, thank you. It was a good movie. They had good chemistry. It was like The Rock and Kevin Hart, basically, in any movie. You know, those kind of like you have the funny guy and then you've got the serious guy. That was the same role before, and it happened. It's happened 100 times before.
Yep.
But
all right, I think go ahead, Toby, close us out. Yep. But and then on the Adam Sandler, and then I'm curious to see the one actor that Zach, and then we're going to move on to the next.
I'm not going to actually close it out with Adam Sandler. I'm just going to kind of caveating to Logan since he was talking about albums. One of the best comedy albums that I've ever heard was from Steve Martin, but one of my favorites was by Cheech and Chong, and it's called "Get Out of My Room." And there is a skit that they perform in there. It's called the Sushi Bar. You've got to listen to it. Oh,
awesome!
My God,
awesome!
Just rip a flipper off here. Oh.
Know what other one that I love that a lot of people I don't think probably have heard of, but Toby, I know you have to. You have had to watch it, being in the latitude that you were. Doug and Bob McKenzie.
Oh yeah. Fucking the Great White North?
Yes.
Yeah. Strange Brew?
Yes. That is
absolutely
one of you guys. You've seen it, right? Strange Brew.
I know I have. I don't remember much of it, but I know I have.
You've seen it?
Have you ever found a mouse in your beer, Logan?
I loved those shticky movies, those Hot Shots type movies, those Naked Gun 33 and a third type movies. I mean, those were great, where they were making fun of themselves. Like those movies were fantastic.
That was 83. All right, producer Zach, who is an actor that you think everybody loves that you hate, so we can either hate on you or love you?
Anna Kendrick.
Oh,
I want to elbow her in her big forehead until she can't see anymore.
Elbow her right my way, would you?
Oh,
although I will say I did absolutely love her in Mr. Right.
There's a Christmas movie that she's in with Billy Eichner, and I was able to struggle through that because I love Billy Eichner. But that's about it.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
There's the where she became Santa Claus at the end.
Yeah, I don't know, something like that. It was a Netflix one.
Is Billy Eichner the man on the street guy?
Yes.
He's hilarious, but he's so goddamn annoying sometimes. He is funny though.
All right, we're gonna close this poll.
Anna Kendrick. Wow.
And we're gonna close it. Do you love the movie Father of the Bride? We have 28% yes, 20-something%. I can't see that or no. The third option was F. Logan and Brandon. They are wrong at 50%.
Wow. Well, you know, it doesn't always pay to have the right answer, you guys. So I'm gonna take the road of, you know, I may be wrong in your mind, but in the end, the Lord will agree with me.
Just remember, Brandon, opinions cannot be right or wrong. They can just be yours.
you know, and
I'll take the high road. Go fuck yourself.
I'm on the side of the Lord. So enjoy Hart.
You may be wrong, but you may be right.
Feeling sassy with his Jack Daniels peach drink.
I am. I'll take anybody on. This thing jacks me right up.
Speaking of drinking, that's a perfect segue. And Jennifer McCown, thank you for being a member. There, you got that green there. I didn't have you. I didn't have you on the old picker.
Thank you, Jennifer.
And I probably spelled your name wrong, but I'm gonna double back in there when I'm not trying to talk and multitask. Oh, I did spell it wrong. All right, we're gonna fix that. A producer Zach McCowan. I did it wrong. All right, so. This is going to be a fun one, I think. One, because most of us like to enjoy a beverage. Most of us do enjoy sports. So the question is, what is a sport that would be funniest to add mandatory alcohol to be drank during this sport? And I have a couple of sports that I will throw out there, but I want to get your guys' opinions first, and then we'll circle back to some of mine. In my opinion, I went with sports that aren't like motor sports, because drinking and driving isn't a good thing.
It's
right?
wrong.
You know what I mean? The snowboard. It's something that if you're buzzed or super drunk, that you're going to probably die or get super hurt. I went with a more funnier route. But either way, I want you guys to go around, just do one for now that just kind of pops in your mind, a sport that you think would be funnier, mandatory alcohol, and then we'll get into a kind of another conversation of how much alcohol you think that you should have to play this sport. Go ahead, Toby.
Demolition Derby.
Oh, I mean, that is a sport that I don't think anybody's ever done sober. So, I mean, I've been to some
Demolition Derby.
Yes.
The fans certainly aren't.
Brandon?
I would say tennis or badminton.
Okay. See, tennis is a lot of running, though. I think they'd throw up.
That's the fun.
Okay. Fair enough.
And if you say basketball, it'd be even more fun. You'd be slipping all over the place.
No squeegee.
All right, Logan.
That's a tough, like, it's kind of like you said, like the high jump for skiing, like in the winter,
Big air,
but like that'd kill
The
somebody.
ski jump?
Right? The ski, is that what it's called?
The
ski
high jump for skiing? Oh, you mean the ski jump?
But I think the summer, go to the Summer Olympics and like track and field events.
Oh, you want to see but those guys I don't think drink.
That's the best part. These guys are sober all year long because they're training, and then boom, 3 of these Jack Daniel lady pops, and you're gonna have yourself a good time.
So
that'll be fun to watch.
There is actually an event where they have like long distance running, and you have to drink so much per mile or something. And these people like train, they shit their pants, they throw up. It looks like a fantastic time, just like running a marathon, apparently. But Isaac, producer Zach, what do you got for a sport?
I'm with Justin on this one. I say archery.
Oh,
that's messed up.
Jesus. All right. So clearly I took a different approach. I'm gonna my first one is because I love the name of this sport. I honestly didn't know what this sport was. I had to look it up. It's called fistball. Has anybody heard of fistball?
I've seen an OnlyFans with fistball.
Is it like volleyball? You just got to punch it?
It's exactly like volleyball, but you try to hit it over the net and it's allowed to like bounce off the ground. And I watched the 2015 Men's World Championship before the show, and it looks pretty fun. It looks, we'll bring up this clip from Wikipedia real quick. If I was prepared, I'd have to share the screen. Go ahead.
Isn't there one that's similar to it, but they can only use their feet?
Probably, I'd have to imagine. But this looks. This is from
Chris
2000.
House ball.
The guy Matt and I work with are a big fan of that kicky feet volleyball game.
Yeah. See, I feel like this would be a fun game to drink and play in the backyard.
That's a broken pinky all day.
Well, these guys are like
every day.
All right, so that was one that I thought of. That I thought would be pretty fun drinking beer. Another one that I thought would be pretty good, and I feel like you almost have to drink when you play it, is kickball and wiffle ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guess I went with a more practical, something like that we could play. Kickball, wiffle ball.
Brother,
Like
wiffle ball has
Fire
gotten
Lord,
like
bro.
next level since we were kids.
You aren't kidding.
Yeah. Fire
Like-
Lord wrote bowling or golf. If you
Yeah.
don't do that drunk, you are failing
Yeah,
as a man.
who the fuck
Or-
bowls or golfs without getting drunk?
Right. I mean, like,
Especially
That's
bowling. It's like saying drunk fishing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And that was another point. If you're not golfing, fishing, I mean, come on now. And same thing I think with pool or billiards and darts. I feel like drinking beer and doing that is more of a norm. But here's one that I think I would absolutely love to watch, not knowing the sport very well, but I would love to watch two grown ass men get hammered and then do this sport? Sumo wrestling.
Yeah. As soon as you were like too grown, I was like, he's going sumo.
Too drunk, because not only do these big, large gentlemen have to drink a shit ton, but could you imagine like them having an event where they have to play like beer pong, then they have to like chug out of the shotgun, and then they have to, you know what I mean? Just all these drinking games, and then they sumo wrestle.
Have you ever been to a NASCAR race?
Yes.
Like the after hours parties? You could probably find that there anyways. I like that. Sumo wrestling.
Sumo
Just
wrestling.
two standard NASCAR fans. They're about the size of a sumo wrestler.
Right? And the women. And curling. I feel like curling would be more exciting if they were a little bit tipsy. I love curling. I think it's a great sport, but I feel like you could play pretty buzzed and be fairly okay at curling.
I think the laughs for drunk curling would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Like the harder to the right, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Not to mention trying to see that guy balance on that first like
and
oh shit.
And throwing what are they? The rocks? Those things.
The rock just goes straight at a 45-degree angle away.
Yeah, and they're
We're still at 0-0, round 7.
And the last one that I want to bring up, has anybody heard of the game Concho?
No.
Concho. So it's a crazy Concho or Kancho, Kancho. It's a big game in like Japan and everything under there. It's where you grab your hands and you kind of make the shape of an imaginary gun.
Oh, I've heard it.
And then you try and you go up and you have to actually take these fingers and stick them in the other players' anuses.
Whoa.
And then you yell, Concho!
In the
I do that
end,
to the wife like daily.
Yes.
I just call it something else.
It's a big thing in the beer
Surprise.
community.
Foreplay.
Shout out to Talking Beards. They brought this to my attention at the Nationals last year, and there might have been some concho being played on there. And just for the record, I did not get hit with any. I guess if you get it up there, you lose points. I'm guessing I didn't get any, so I was 0 on the weekend. But there was a lot of concho being played. But yeah, and if you're not sure, there's Concha Master. That's apparently a game that I just found on the internet. I should probably at least.
I'm not huge on PDA, but when somebody
pro level with this
else
shit,
I don't know is trying to concho my hole,
I don't
I'm
think
gonna have an issue.
I don't know if that's a public display of affection. Getting
It
concho.
kind of is.
you know what?
Hey.
Another thing that I think another sport I'd love to see played drunk, paintball.
Oh yeah. You're supposed to, right?
Done that before.
All right. Here's Concha.
And they're laughing.
you get
You stuck your fingers in my hole.
you get 2 extra points by sniffing your fingers when you're done. Guy was like, "Really, dude? This is what you're doing to me right now?"
Quickest way to being knocked out by me is
that was
probably doing that.
One of the easiest punches to do is a downward fucking one too,
yeah,
right?
just like
Turn around and just.
But
Because, I mean,
right after you hold up a Mentos thing, you're like, you do. I don't. No, don't concho people.
How come I just thought of this is what's wrong with me? Has anybody ever boofed Coke and threw a Mentos in there? That's what I want to know.
Somebody had to, right? I know. I personally have not.
I need to know what happens now. Funnel
You mean
There's got to be
So boof.
somewhere on the internet that exists.
I
You
thought we
know
were
it
talking
does.
about
somebody send a link to Logan at
we
beardloss.com.
don't think shame here, people.
Yes.
don't
Yeah.
think
If anybody does this, we on behalf of the Beard Law Show, we do not want you to do this. But if you find it on the internet where somebody is actually taken, and boofing means like you're putting it up your butt soles. Boofed some Coca-Cola and dropped a Mentos in there, what would happen? Because if anybody has seen the science experiment, what has happened? But I googled boofing Coca-Cola and dropping Mentos, and nothing came up.
Joe Myers does not count.
No, he counts. I would be okay if we
encourage
saw him
Joe
do
to
that.
this.
No, we do not encourage Joe to do it
We do not encourage Joe to do this.
at
Nope.
any means. But Joe,
No way.
If you
No,
do it,
that
Don't
could be
do it.
Dangerous.
don't do it.
well, make sure this tab is muted.
We can do that.
Oh my god. Yeah, it exists, bro.
You found it?
exists. It's on. Yeah. Would you like it sent in the private chat?
I would want nothing more than it to be in the private chat. Is
Oh
it
my
something that we
God.
should wait for the after show though?
Uh huh.
Probably.
Completely
we're not-
safe for the world.
Oh yeah, in the title,
man.
the title when it says "crazy effing videos," we're gonna.
Oh, yeah, it works. Scientifically proven. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna show this after, and I do apologize, but if anybody does want the link, make sure you send us a message. We will send you the link, and by we,
Members
Logan at
only.
beardlaws.com.
yes,
That was a great reaction, Brandon. I'm laughing. I haven't
You
even
should
seen
see
the
this
damn thing.
person's reaction when they realize what they just did.
yes, Mentos and Coke enema.
Yeah, not cocaine.
Can we say the name of the video?
We-
It's at the end of the link.
oh, the ass gap,
Ask Gape Mentos Coke.
Mentos Coke.
That's
Oh yeah, we can't show this. We cannot show this live.
Oh
We
wow,
cannot show this.
that is graphic.
oh,
Oh,
what the hell?
it's an
All right,
OF
God
link.
damn it. All right,
I
listen.
just Googled
Please
Coke
do
and Mentos in your butt. That's what I Googled.
Of course you did.
I think that's Joe Meyer's tub.
It is Joe
Is it?
Myers cup. Oh no, they put the Mentos first.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be bad.
Wow.
That is a gap. Like, that is a gap.
Oh, that. Oh,
Just wait till you see their face.
oh, that.
That changed my day.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Four
Okay.
fingers and a thumb too.
That is interesting. Okay.
This is great radio.
Yes, this is. Yes. Yeah. That's a new song. One anus, one Coke,
I don't want
One-
to.
four Mentos.
I don't want to drink my hard cola anymore.
Oh wow! Yeah, I was gonna say it. Zach's drinking a hard cola. Or
Wow.
something. All right. Let's. I don't know how we're gonna segue from this, but we are actually segues
Well,
very well.
Yeah, what's the other thing?
The
that we
second
were
Since
talking
we were
well.
talking about sports, I do have that one thing that I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, let's bring it up, and then we're gonna get.
I think that girl just created a new sport.
Oh wow! Yes. So Toby has a cool thing that we're gonna talk about, and then we're gonna after this the picker wheel spun weirdest drunken moment, and we are if we have time we're gonna discuss that. If not, it'll be next week. Toby, do the thing.
Great. So recently, for anybody that hasn't seen it, first of all, it's been all over TikTok. It's been all over YouTube. It's been all over the news. In this series final to determine which team of this region goes into the World Little League World Series, a pitcher hit a kid in the head with a pitch. The kid was fine, made first base, saw that the pitcher was out of sorts, went up and gave him a hug, told him, "Hey man, it's not your fault. You know, shit happens more or less. You know," and everybody is cheering this on and seeing this as like a huge thing of sportsmanship. Yep, go if you want to play that real quick. So that's after the bean hit happened. He's standing at first base and he sees that the pitcher is like,
Oh, that pop.
yeah,
That was my time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was.
Sorry, I did that.
I can't see your mouth. So.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, there's no audio. He's got a mullet, so he's okay. He's
Yeah.
gonna be all right.
but the kid's fine. And you know, so
Oh, he looks
here's
like
the
that kid
interesting-
from Howdy. What was that camp? God, with the orange hair kid. The fucking-
Camp on Awana.
Yeah. Anyway,
Salute your
sorry.
shorts.
Salute your shorts.
Camp, I don't want to get hit in the head with a fastball anymore.
Okay, sorry. Keep
So-
going.
The interesting thing, and I'm wondering what everybody's mindset is of it, is there's a lot of blame being thrown at Gen X right now, for being horrible people, and the reason why is because the internet seems to be torn between, did this kid do the right thing, or is he soft and that's the way the game is played, and that you have to take these things like pitchers now rattled, you're getting ready to be set up to go into the Little League World Series, but yet you calm the pitcher back down, that team ends up winning, which by the way, that the pitcher's team did win. So what's your guys' viewpoint on it? Was it good sportsmanship? Or do you see it as like weakness that you should have allowed that pitcher to, you know, have his moment and suck it up? Or like, I'm kind of curious because I was really kind of disheartened by hearing people talk about, because even when I was growing up, I'm Gen X for sure. Like I'm getting ready to turn 47. If I was in our state championship and I'm on first base and I watch, and this is before these chess cards came out for pitchers. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Pitcher threw, I mean, just this crazy, unfortunately for him, right down the middle fastball. That ball came back at him easily 3 times the speed, and it concaved his chest. I mean, dead center. It was the loudest thump
Yeah.
I've ever heard playing sports. but that ball came rocketing back, hit him square in the chest. He took one step forward to go grab the ball and then collapsed. And I mean, he kind of was moving around after that. I mean, he didn't like collapse and like that was it, the end of it. But even back then, there was an injury. Everybody took a knee. Everybody made sure that everybody was all right. But there's a lot of people talking on these videos saying, you know, this kid was in the wrong. His parents are too soft. Like the game's on the line. You've got the pitcher in a different, you know, out of his mental state. Like you've got the advantage. Like, what do you guys think about that? Like, do you think the kid did the right thing and that's good sportsmanship? Or do you feel like he was too soft and there's no need for what he did and he shouldn't have done it because the game's on the line and you got to rely on that mental advantage?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's I don't know. I'm torn. I don't think that. I mean, obviously, first of all, he's a kid. I'm not going to get on the internet ever or say anything bad. Like, I think he did a thing. I don't think it's a bad thing per se. Is it something that I would have personally done? No. I think you know what I mean, a tip of the cap or something. But the kid wasn't going to calm down by any means. Like, I was kind of a punk kid. So what would have happened if I would have went up and hugged him? I probably would have made a mom joke or called him a pussy or something like that and made him, you know, shake him up a little bit more just so our team could try to win. But at that point, I feel like it was more than the game. I feel like they kind of knew they weren't going to win the game. So he wanted to make sure, hey, you know, like, listen, everything's fine. Like, this kid was really upset. I don't think it's a parenting thing. If anything, his parents are raising a fairly good kid. Like, he genuinely, you know, has a fucking heart. And I don't personally see anything wrong with it. Is it something I would have done? No, but I don't think it was a bad thing. Logan, you go next. You're a baseball guy.
All right. If that's my kid, I not only applaud him, I know that my son is a awesome human being.
Wait, to clarify, throwing at the kid?
No, the kid who got hit and then sees that.
Okay. Just wanted to throw it out there so people aren't hating on you. If you do, Logan at beardlaws.com.
You gain advantages in sports by preparation, by practice, and showing up to the game to play. It's not an unfair advantage if something like that happens, but that's not an advantage that you should plan on or like really accept with a ton of pride. Like, great, their pitcher is crying. By the way, this is Little League. If this is
12-year-olds,
right? If this is varsity or above, then it is different.
But quick to interrupt you, this isn't the Little League that we grew up in. This is
absolutely
very highly competitive. Like, most of these kids are going on to a higher level, but they're still kids.
But they're still 12.
Yeah.
So anyone who says, well, you had the advantage. No. If you need that advantage to beat a team and you're banking on that, screw you. Advantages come from practice, from preparation, from playing the game the right way and hard.
What advantage are you talking about?
Well, like saying like, well, you know, don't
gain the
console
mental advantage over the pitcher like
console
that.
The pitcher. Yeah, having the mental advantage over the pitcher and using that to win. Like,
what about using the throwing a baseball at a kid's head who's 12?
Right, but he clearly didn't do that on purpose.
And but lots of things. Listen, life is harsh. The consequences of life are sometimes final, and in this case, could have certainly been. And so we need to teach our children about that. Listen, I'm 100% on you with, is it great sportsmanship? Yes. Is it fabulous that this kid showed emotion? These kids have nothing but emotion. They're dealing with their emotions for the first time in this level, as Matt said, on this stage in a way that many kids their age never have to deal with. Am I completely okay with what happened? 100%. But I will say this, and yes, the point is it's not Little League, it's Major League. It's not Little League, it's high school. It's not Little League, it's guys that are throwing 85, 90 miles an hour when you get older. But what's the worst thing you can do on a baseball diamond? Bean somebody in the fucking head, because it can ruin your life. And it's taken lives on the diamond before. Of course, it's been a while.
Look what happened to Kirby Puckett.
Yeah. So it can injure you for days. It can injure you going forward forever, and it can take your life in that moment. So I wouldn't say, man, that kid's soft as shit. Man, I don't think I would agree with the idea that it's, you know, some sort of like microcosm of why this society is super soft or anything like that.
No.
I think that it's a good conversation to be had to say, look, these kids are kids. It was a nice little moment. Say it for what it is. But if that shit happens tomorrow in the game between the Pirates and the Blue Jays, doesn't matter who's out at bat or whatever, that other team's going to come back and do the same fucking thing until the umps throw them out or there's a brawl on the field, because that's the worst thing you can do on the diamond. We can, again, have an opinion and assume that kid did that on accident because he's a young kid and doesn't have great control, et cetera, et cetera.
Kids are assholes.
We don't know that.
Yeah, and here's my take on it too. It was a moment that happened. It's happened before. But if all of a sudden every time somebody gets fucking beamed and guys are going and giving hugs to the pitchers, I don't want to see that shit. In the moment,
No.
The kid was upset, whatever, like cool thing, let's move on. But me personally, I don't want to continue. Like, it's part of the game. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. Do you want to see kids that are 12 throwing at each other? I don't know. Sometimes they're just dicks. You deserve to be hit. I mean, I don't know what happened. Maybe this kid was talking shit on the field. Does he deserve to be hit in the head? No. I don't like that. But sometimes you just got to get beamed. It's part of the game. But
it is. But
if I start seeing all these kids, or if Logan's out here and and using you as an example, and you're like, kid, if you get hit in the head, I want you to go hug the pitcher.
No, fuck that.
I know you're not going to, but I'm saying going.
My job as a high school coach of 17 years, okay, is not to win the state championship every year. It's not even to win the Section 10 championship where we are. It is to make sure every single one of my guys is a better human being after the season. It's their choice. It's this kid's choice to do that. No parent told him, hey, you should. This kid made a decision. Hey, this guy feels bad. Hey, you know what? I'm okay, man. It's okay. To me, it's okay.
Two of my favorite.
Had the pitcher not had the reaction to do it, which is what tells me that it was unintentional, because the pitcher was so rattled by it that he knew that, like, you could tell that kid on the mound knew that what he had just done could have been detrimental, and he was rattled by it, and I don't see a problem with it. Now, if the kid got hit in the head and the pitcher's just standing on the mound and he's ready for the next pitch, and the kid went to go give him a hug, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right. But this kid at first clearly realized that wasn't the case.
Hey,
thanks, Rob. So I think it's more, the story is more about, like Toby was saying, that parents and adults are actually like blasting this kid on the internet. Like,
yeah, I completely agree with that.
Really? Grow the fuck up. This kid made a decision. He clearly has a heart. He clearly has a brain in the gall to do that himself, make that own decision to do it.
That's a good
leave him alone. Like, whatever.
Two of my favorite baseball moments in the history of the game are when Roger Clemens threw the broken bat back at Mike Piazza in the World Series in 2000, and when Nolan Ryan had that fucking fat was beating the shit out of him. Because that's sports and that's baseball.
Clemens later on in the locker room he teared up because he didn't know why he did it. And
it's adrenaline, dude. It's adrenaline.
Absolutely. Yeah. He didn't. And Roger Clemens was an adrenaline guy.
And steroids.
Well, there's that too. But he teared up because he was so hot headed in the moment, threw the bat, and then when he came to his senses, like realized like he done screwed up.
Killer instinct. He's a big hunter and shit. I want to hear real quick, producer Zach, what's your take on the hugging on the mound? I know you're a wrestler guy, not a big baseball guy, but you do have a heart in there somewhere. I've heard. So I'm curious your take on this.
I'm all for it. I mean, if there's a sport that there's going to be really awful consequential injuries in, it's combat sports, it's wrestling, it's MMA, it's judo, it's jiu-jitsu, any of the combat sports I've participated in. It's especially in a competitive situation like a wrestling tournament, say it's a state championship or something like that, or nationals or something crazy like that. Mm-hmm. It's not a secret that if a kid blows out his ACL, the guy that didn't get his ACL blown out is going on to the next round. And that could be the blood round. They could be on the podium for that. They could win the national championship, win the state championship for that. That's not, for that kid being emotional and for the other kid not openly reveling in the anguish and defeat and pain of their opponent just because it means they win. I don't think that's soft at all. I think that's being, like Logan said. I mean, I've never agreed more with anything Logan said in the show than what he was saying about
the first time for everything.
Yeah, it's because we're both drinking girly drinks today.
Standing over your defeated enemy and laughing in their defeat is one of the most cherished moments of my entire athletic life. I love it every moment.
But like joking aside, like Brandon said, like these, these injuries have consequences, especially young children. Like,
yeah,
I mean, like you hear about 40-year-olds blowing out their ACLs playing rec league basketball, but there's
gym class heroes.
But there's 12-year-olds out there that, there's 12-year-olds out there blowing out ACLs. There's 13-year-olds having Tommy John surgery. Like, there's kids out there getting their necks fused together.
All because I'm not all of them, but I'd probably say 85% of their dads are trying to live their non-athletic, failed high school.
It's that Friday Night Lights. It's that Friday Night Lights syndrome. You
Yep.
you ever get yourself one of these?
Yep.
Like, Dad, that was 30
You're 12.
years ago.
I bet you the top 3 worst sports dads are baseball, wrestling, football.
Oh, I definitely would throw football.
I do not doubt that at all.
I don't know the wrestling ones, but I know you and Toby can definitely relate to that. And yeah, it's tough. And I'm sure the swimming dads are pretty tough
sometimes. I heard swimming's pretty brutal.
There's also nothing worse than being in the middle of a baseball game, a little league baseball game, which is pretty quiet, generally speaking, and hearing, why did you swing at that, Jared? Keep your head up. Yeah. Like, I don't want to hear mom fucking yelling.
I will say baseball moms are worse than any baseball dad I've ever ran into, though.
Absolutely. I had some classics the last 2 years for baseball dads.
Yeah, hockey moms.
Was not good.
Yeah, yeah, and you see all the videos of these umpires, and I'm glad they're doing this now. They're mostly, they get paid, but you're probably talking, let's say, $50 maybe a game for those. You know what I mean? Just to get berated at these, whether below high school, but you're seeing them on social media where finally just umps are like, you know what? Shut the fuck up, or I'm out of here. You're gonna ruin this event, not me. And I love that shit because being a guy that was a basketball official. I mean, you just get ridiculed over a high school sport for what? I mean, you know what I mean? I was making back then maybe $100 to ref a basketball game and just getting ridiculed because you miss a call occasionally. And the problem is, like, fuck off. Yeah, I missed it mostly because you're a dick and I'm intentionally calling the game the other way. But nobody gives a shit about that.
I have a great reffing story being ridiculed, actually.
Okay, can you do it in 1 minute?
I sure can.
Let's go.
So I was gone from wrestling for 10 minutes for 10 years, came back to it, started coaching.
Felt like 10 minutes, though, didn't it?
Felt like 10 minutes. It was 10 years. The Pee-wee coach is like, hey, we need a ref. The refs won't be here in time for the 13 Pee-wee matches that we have before the wrestling meet today. You're it. And he throws me a whistle and a coin and says, get out there. I have not paid
attention. Heads or tails?
It's red and green.
Oh, that's stupid. That's not even American, is it?
No, it's
it is for wrestling. Yeah, because you wear a red ankle bracelet or you wear a green ankle bracelet.
Yeah.
Oh well, fuck. I'm thinking
the ref has a red or
no,
a
it's like the coin's like this big. It's rubber.
Oh, it's this big.
Again, great radio. I'm using hand signals.
Yes.
But anyway, so I'm out there and I am getting torched because I haven't had to listen to the rules of folk style wrestling in 10, 12 years.
Well, the problem was you were in a singlet wrestling and your balls were hanging out, right?
Well, yeah, 10, 12 years ago when I was paying attention to the rules of wrestling, I wasn't wearing khakis and a pullover trying to ref Pee-wee matches on the fly. But anyway, so I blew a couple calls and my back is to the opposing team's coach. And this little kid, these are Pee-wees, remember, so sub modified. And I just hear the kid go, hey, coach, wasn't that supposed to be 3 points for back points? And the coach, who's the varsity coach, as loud as could be in front of everybody goes, yeah, it was, but this ref doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Great coach.
And I'm like, I turn around and I look and he like shrugs his shoulders at me. I'm like, I'm not going to try to fight this coach. I have to go coach against him in 5 minutes.
Off the record, do you think you could have taken him?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right.
Not a pause.
Not a pause. He was just like, hell yeah. He's been thinking about this moment for the rest of his life. But yeah. No, Toby, that was a good conversation. I absolutely loved it. And I mean, obviously we're not a sports show, but that was more than sports.
But hey, don't you and Logan have a sports show?
Yes. Not technically. We're on one. We don't have one. Okay. But either way, what else you guys want to do? We have about 30 seconds.
Spin that picker wheel.
I'll spin it. Want to try to do a quick one? We didn't get to it, so next week we're gonna do weirdest drunken moment. We couldn't have done that when I looked at the time when you brought the baseball conversation. I was like, there's no way we could. The 4 to 5 of us could talk about our weirdest drunken moments, and this is gonna give us a week to think over the weirdest drunken moment that you want to share on camera. Because let's be honest, some of them of mine at least are past that. What is it? 10 years, and you can't get in trouble anymore. Isn't there a
3 years ago?
Oh, yours was 3 years ago? Oh, guys, all right. 3 years ago, we're going to do let's see if there's a quick one.
I'm just not even gonna tell stories that day.
Oh, you have to.
I know.
It's part of the gig.
All right.
He's not going to show up. Worst school mascot name. We could probably fire one of these off.
I've got it.
Mine was the Benson Bunnies.
That was your high school or the worst?
That was my high school.
Bunnies is not. It's not good.
That's threatening.
Not threatening. I'm not afraid of bunnies.
You ever had a rabid hare come up to you? Anyway, that's what I got.
There's a school in Utah where their mascot is a potato.
Interesting.
Amazing.
Really? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Do you know what Burlington, Vermont's city school district's
And they're
mascot
called
is?
the Spuds.
What is it, Zach?
They are the seahorses.
Oh.
That's a tough one.
Burlington's?
Burlington,
Is the
Vermont.
Seahorse?
Are
They're not
the
even on a sea.
seahorses. You know, the famous Lake Champlain seahorses.
Good God.
I saw it a couple weeks ago. I was there for their homecoming and seahorse pride all over the city.
There was I just Googled real quick, thestreet.com. All right. I Googled and it says this is what the worst mascot names are. Apparently in Illinois, there is the Cobden Apple Knockers. I don't hate it.
Fuck that. I'd be an apple knocker.
The in Sandy, Utah, there's the Jordan Beat Diggers.
That's rough.
That's tough to say. The Boiling Springs Bubblers. That's in Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania. I don't love that. Here we go. Fisher, Illinois is the Fisher Bunnies. Then we have the Monroe Cheesemakers. The Hoopstown Corn Jerkers. Oh,
I'm guessing that's a Cornhusker. I hope.
Call it a Cornhusker then.
Right.
that's a tough one.
There was
And Dominican Sue is starting nose tackle for the Corn Jerkers.
Fuck you guys.
Wow. There was a baseball team like our Maples juniors, seniors, and college kids over in Canada, the Brockville Bunnies, and I was like, they were really good, but I'm like, well, why would you be the Bunnies? You're not intimidating at all. The Bunnies is the
So
I mean, what's a rumble pony?
according to the Mason Report, masonreport.com, the top 5 worst high school mascots of all time. Number 5, Coachella Valley, California High School, the Mighty Arabs.
Yikes.
Oh,
Number 4, Yuma, Arizona High School,
oh no,
the
it's an
Criminals.
Oh,
Yikes.
that's
Number
not as bad
3,
as the first one.
Centralia, Illinois High School, the Orphans. Number 2, Antioch, Alaska High School, the Half-Breeds.
You say half breed?
Yeah.
Half-Breeds. And number 1, Robstown, Texas High School, the Cotton Pickers.
Oh no,
Yeah, that's not good.
that's not good. And I don't know what's going on with
that is a mostly, and when I say mostly, I'm like a 90% black school.
Ooh. And I don't know what's going on. StreamYard appears to be taking a dump. I don't know if it's you guys see it. Whatever's going on, I don't know if you guys see it, but we're pretty bad on our end.
It's fine on my phone.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
the stream looks great on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, let's end it on a good note. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, that was a rough couple of things. I'm not gonna lie to you. Producer Zach is over here, super excited to watch the Coke Escape Mentos video again.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
I finished my hard cola.
So we're gonna go ahead and say our goodbyes, and Logan's even more excited. But all kidding aside, we can't thank every single person for being a part of this. We absolutely love Thursdays, love Tuesdays as well. If you guys are bored, same time, same place, come check us out. Brandon, Toby, Logan, producer Zach, can't thank you guys enough. Every single person that took some time out of their busy days. You know what I mean? Thank you so much. And as Justin Snow would say, just don't be a pussy. All right, producer Zach, what do you got? Close it out.
Yeah, don't be a pussy.
You just stole what Justin said.
I was agreeing.
Jesus, Zach.
It's a basic principle of improv. Yes, and yes, don't be a pussy, and have a fantastic night, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Nailed it. Okay, bye.
Peace.